Alright, so I made a video similar to this probably 2 years ago. And I wanted to make another one because, for one, it didn't get a lot of traction. And I think it can help a lot of people. Number two, because I can think it can help a lot of people. If you get a okay, so you just got a traffic ticket, okay? The officer gave you the ticket. On the ticket, you have a court date. Or, it says on the ticket, you can avoid the court date if you just go ahead and pay the fine. That's what most people do. 99.9% of people just pay that fine, never think anything of it. Only problem with that is, for one, you're out of money, right? You're out the money. And for two, it's on your record. You get a speeding ticket on your record. It's going to affect your insurance. It's going to be on the record, so if you get more later, you could get in more trouble, more fines. Don't pay that ticket. Do not pay that ticket. Go to the court date. I'm telling you, because 9 times out of 10, well, in my experience, I'm batting 1,000 on this, okay? And, knock on wood, if you go to court, a majority of the time, you're going to end up walking out of there scot-free. Now, I might be an asshole for making this video, okay? First of all, don't be an asshole. Don't speed, okay? Don't break laws. But if you happen to be going over the speed limit and you get pulled over, I don't know. I think it's trash, man. I think it's trash that, this is what a lot of our police force is doing. Like, sitting around waiting to give traffic tickets. I think it's a crazy way to collect revenue when they already tax us a shit ton. Anyway, all that aside, doesn't matter. Don't pay the ticket. Go to the court date. Here's why. A majority of the time, the officer who issued the ticket will not show up for the court date. You cannot be tried without that cop there. So if you go and the cop is not there, they can either grant a continuance or they can dismiss it outright. And in my experience, they have always dismissed it outright. They're not going to reschedule another hearing for a fucking, $100 traffic ticket or whatever it might be. If that cop doesn't show up, you don't have to pay it. Okay? Number two, you get a chance to argue your case. And maybe you didn't do anything wrong. Maybe you really, the cop did judge what he saw wrong. Maybe it looked like you ran a stop sign, but you really didn't. Or maybe the stop sign was blocked by something. Something like that, right? Go plead your case, okay? But most of the time, it's not even going to get to that point, okay? Here's the thing you have to watch out for. While you're sitting there waiting for your turn to talk to the judge, it's very possible that the prosecutor will come and talk to you. And they will try to offer you a deal. Don't take the deal. Because a lot of times, the reason they're offering the deal is because there is an off chance that you might talk your way out of the ticket. But also, another big one is the officer isn't there. You don't know that the officer isn't there. You have no idea. He could be outside of the room somewhere. He just isn't there yet. It's not time for that case to happen yet. So, this is what happened to me. The prosecutor came up, and he said, so you got this traffic citation. You think you're not guilty? Yes. Yes, that's exactly what I think. That's what I'm going to do. I'm here to plead not guilty. Don't play games, man. Don't let them play games with you. They will try to get you to pay the fine. They'll say like, oh, we'll give you a less of a fine or something if you just go ahead and pay it instead of talking to the judge. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because a lot of times they're doing that because they know there's a big chance that you're going to end up paying nothing and have nothing on your record. So that's my experience, and that's what I've heard from other people. It's anecdotal, I guess. I'm sure there's some studies on it. You can look it up. But if you actually show up to court, there's a huge chance you're not going to have to pay that ticket. And like I said, if that prosecutor comes over and starts offering you deals, this is for traffic, mind you. You might want to take a deal if it's a bigger charge. If you're for a felony or something, you might want to take the plea. Don't take the plea on a traffic ticket. Ridiculous. Just go in there, wait your turn. You might have to wait a while, man. This is going to eat up a morning for you, or an afternoon, or whatever your court date is. You might be there a couple hours. The question is it worth it to you to sit around for a couple hours in a nice shirt and pants, to possibly not have to pay $100+ and have something on your record and have your insurance go up? Is it worth it to you? It's worth it to me. I show up every time now. Another reason I wanted to make this video is because I've now had more experience with it. When I made the last video, I had only done it once, okay? I had read up on it, and I had done it one time. Now I've done it twice, and I'm batting 1,000 on this. I went, and the officer did not show up. And you sit around there long enough, and then someone's going to come up to you. They're either going to say, your ticket's dismissed, you can leave, without even having to see the judge. That's happened to me one time. Or you'll actually go in front of the judge, and when the judge says to the prosecutor, is the officer who issued the ticket here? And they say, no, Your Honor, he's not. The judge says, gotta dismiss it. No, officer, I can't have him. You have to be able to face your accuser. That's in the Constitution. That's the way it is. You have to be able to have a trial, and you have to be able to face your accuser in that trial. So, big chance the officer won't even show up. And then also, on the off chance, you might be able to talk your way out of it. Maybe there were some extenuating circumstances to the reason you got the ticket, and the judge will be lenient. So, don't pay the ticket. Don't pay it, man. Just go to court. Suck it up, man. Go to court. In case you have to talk to the judge and try to talk your way out of it, write something down. Write a nice little script of what you want to say to the judge. Proper English here, and make sure that you be apologetic. If you are saying, yeah, I did do this, I'm really sorry, that might get your fine reduced. That might, when you're like, hey, I just don't have the money to pay this, I can't afford to do this, blah, 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 please have leniency, they might let you get out of it that way. I mean, that's the last straw. But go into court, have something written just in case, either your explanation of why you don't believe you deserved the ticket, or, an apology, basically. But first and foremost, the most important thing here is to show up to court. Don't pay the ticket. Don't just send that money in, because it says right on there, if you pay this ticket, you're admitting your guilt. So, not only do you get the fine you just paid through the mail or online or whatever, you also have that on your record now. You also have a higher insurance payment. So it's worth it, man. Just go to court. Show up. I'm telling you, in every instance for me, the officer didn't show up. So for me, that happens 100% of the time. I'm sure it's not 100% of the time, but man, that's not something the cops want to do, spend their day in court, So they either just not show up, or maybe they're busy that day, and they'd rather just run their rounds than come into the courthouse and sit around and do court stuff. So, anyway, that's it. That's my advice. Take it or leave it. I suggest you take it. If nothing else, you tried. I mean, even if it doesn't work, there's a chance, so you might as well try. Alright, if you like videos like this where I just talk about whatever's on my mind, random topics every day, subscribe for more, because that's what I do here. Like the video, share the video if you think other people could benefit from this information. And if you stick around, if you subscribe, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.